Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today guys, I am going to show you how to make circles for any build whatsoever. So, I will be doing a circle with a hole, which is for like a tube, and a circle without a hole, which is not for a tube. But anyway guys, before we start this video, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss another video, and please get this video to 10 likes. And yes, and now let's begin. So guys, you might want to open up your slot for where you want to put your circles in. And as you see, if you guys remember my Tron bike video, I did circles. Also some tilted circles, which you could just duplicate, but what for if it was just like easy and simple. But yes guys, if you see pro builders, they would use circles in their builds. So if you guys can do circles, you can build like a lot more new things. So while the build is loading up, I'm just going to look for a space where I don't think there is circles, which is by this board here, my pixel art board. And as you see, you might want to do a little board first, as you see. So here's my little board. And there's two types of circles. You got the tube circle and the holeless tube. The holeless circle. Now, you set your rotate at 15, and for the tube circle, you have to place 24 blocks. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. There you go, so 24. And it is a bit long, guys, pardon, but you know, it's what we need to do. And now of course you scale it to the distance you want, but I'm going to go for 3 studs, or 1.5 blocks, as you see. So you do this to all the blocks, but you scale them all in one direction. As you see, I am scaling the blocks from one side out, and of course the other side you don't do anything with. So you're basically trying to make a spiral, which can take ages, by the way. And then of course you have to flip view, so you know you can keep the caramel going. And as you see now, it's starting to, like, you know, form a spiral. This is like the process of making a circle. And now of course, if my computer won't stop lagging, if you look carefully, it kind of forms a circle, but of course it's still spirally. And at this point guys, you should save, so you don't lose any progress. And now of course, depending on your thickness, which I'm going to go for 4, but you guys might have a different thickness, you make the blocks to your desired thickness. And of course, if you want to figure your ways out, so say this was this block here, and I wanted a 1 stud thick block, and then you would work out how much you would need to scale in, and then, you know, you do that for every single block. But of course, there is another way which you can do it, which is by doing it to the first block. Then you, of course, measure the block, which this one is 5, so 1 take away 5 equals 4. That's how I use 4, so that's another handy calculation. So biggest number take away smallest number would really help. So biggest number take away smallest number equals the amount you have to scale in to get your thickness. And as you see now, we have a spiraled circle. And this is one of the processes here. And now, of course, you make your way. So, of course, you better save your progress at this point. So now, of course, you scale in all these parts to the wall. And as you see now, I'm keeping my width of the circle 2 studs or 1 block, but you guys can change the thickness if you want. And as you see, you scale it to the wall. And as you see now, the spiral is getting shorter, shorter, and shorter. As you see, it's getting shorter. And now, of course, I've done my semicircle. So as soon as you guys get to your semicircle, it's best to save and then continue so you don't lose any progress. So here we go. And this can also be useful for making a plane, or making a jet engine, or making a rocket, or making a wheel. Like, I've did a few wheel tutorials, but of course I did them at the size that I made them at, so you know, people could make the same. And of course, this is the size that I'll do my wheel tutorials now. Well, it depends what kind of wheel though. And yes, so I will do how to make a small wheel, but you know, I'd have to do, like, you know, all testing and all that to see if it all works. But anyway, so as you see, we have now done the tube circle, and it looks like I'm going to go and disconnect. Wow. So I'm going to try and save, and yes, wow. So I got to reconnect, and yes. By the way, guys, never trust autosave. It will never save the exact time when you left. So, you know, yes, the connection is so darn annoying, but luckily for us guys in this video, what I explained was save every time you do a half circle. Well, that's what I did. So while everything's loading, to kill off some time, we're gonna scale all these back in. And yes, it is kind of annoying, so we will do this real fast, so you know. But of course, I wouldn't recommend you guys rushing all this, but you know, I am, because you know, I'm making a video and I don't know how long the video will be. So this is a tube circle because it has a hole in the middle. And now after this one would be the tubeless or the holeless circle, which requires less parts. So as you see, we are now getting there. Oh, and I forgot to point out, you could actually make cogs as well, which I'll do a tutorial on. And as you see, guys, since I have done this and all that, this is our circle done. And we now have to get rid of these annoying parts. So what you have to do is, you have to think of the scale yourself. So what you do is you try a scale. So for example, mine is, you know, very small. So 0.5, there's, you know, bit of a problem. There's this dip, so I have to scale them back to original form. That's why you only focus on 2. But if it's really small, you'll have to do everything manually. So as you see, that did not work. So now, of course, I go even lower. 47. Let's try that. Now, is that going to work? And is that a yes? Yes. So now, of course, I have to do this all the way around. So as you see... So now, guys, what you do now is make the circle smoother. As you see. And as you see, you slowly get a smooth circle. So this skill is needed on all circles. Or ovals if you're really daring to make one. I doubt they're easy, but you know. And you could also do a plain window as well, but you'd have to make a small circle, which is a really big problem. And as you see, this is your tube circle, you know, slowly being finished. And of course, this can be on any size. I could go up even, you know, I could go up by 0.2. And then of course, there's still this gap, which I would have to fix up. And now, it's the tubeless, because it's not a tube, or the holeless circle. Well, holeless circle makes more sense. So, holeless circle is a little bit different. So, this time, there's no hole. So this is all covered. And what you do is, you do the same. So you do the same. But this time, you will end up with a spiky circle. Gosh, you better not launch. And as you see, I think it's 10 parts, or I think it's 12. I can't remember, guys, because I never did these. So it's, I think it's, we'll see in a sec, guys. Sorry about that. So what you do is you place like, I think it's 12 blocks, all rotated. So now, of course, we do the same. Well, you guys could do something different, but you know, it requires the same skill. But this time you scale in both ways. So this is how you make a fixed circle. And of course, that player is going to destroy everything, because he's just going to get on my machines and destroy stuff. So, as you see now, this would leave us with 2/4 of our circle to do. So, we have to now, you know, scale them all to the wall to make sure. And as you see, we scale them all in, so that's 3. That's 4, that's 5, that's 6, that's 7, 8, 9. So that's 9, so I think it is 12. So this is 10, 11, 12. I think it is 12, guys, but you know, I'll keep them there for backup. So this is 12, as you see. So of course I'm scaling them all in, and the middle is really glitchy, as you see. And yes, you still have the same corners and you still have to do the same. So say that I haven't built this tube circle and I want to make this like filled circle. I think that's a better word. And as you see, it's kind of harder to get to parts, so you have to make them thinner. So yes, so as you see, we have to do the same. And yes, there's still a like little annoying corner. So yes, I'm gonna try 0.47. Now, is that gonna work? Yes, it is. And as you see, you do the same, but this time it's a lot quicker to make. So I only need to do like, you know, half of the blocks. And yes, guys, it's 12 bars, which is a long block. And Yes, wow, this player's annoying me. I'm recording, that's why. Oops. Caps. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So, now of course, you have, you know, this is like less time consuming here, as you see. And as you see now, we are now getting there. See, this circle took less time to do because you only needed to place 12 blocks, and this one, it's double. And of course, you could now paint them. I'm going to paint this as like a wheel. This one I would recommend for a wheel. This one I would recommend for like, you know, some sort of like engine, I guess. You know, some sort of like, I don't know, to be quite honest, but you know, you can make one of the, you can make a tiny one like this, which would be really, really difficult, say for this one, but you know, it requires the same skill, and yes. But anyway, guys, I hope you learned how to make circles. If you really enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, leave a like on this video, and I will see you next time.